happened. The computer suddenly turned it off. I don't know if it saved the last one, but it's currently half time. Uruguay 1, Costa Rica 0. So honestly, I don't know what happened there. I'm really sorry. That is the score so far. It is half time. Enjoy.
Go for Sterling or Welbeck for England against Italy. You overwhelmingly voted for Sterling. It turns out, actually, we were asking the wrong question, I'm afraid, because we've got unconfirmed reports. The word on the street is that Sterling is being preferred to Lallana. So, let's ask you the question again. Who would you prefer? Let's get it right second time. Who should start for England against Italy tonight? Hashtag ITV Sterling for Raheem. Hashtag ITV Lallana for Adam. Do let us know. Must stress were unconfirmed reports. We're hearing that. So here, it could have been a little bit worse, couldn't it, for Costa Rica? A near miss from Cavani. Scored the penalty in the end, and that from Forlan. Navas, what a bit of goalkeeping that was. Join us for the second half, sure.
Brazil, Brazil.
Sponsored by Santander. ITV's coverage of the 2014 FIFA World Cup.
sorry for the delay again.
Goes it alone and tries to come up with
Nothing's
something
happened.
all of his own.
Yeah.
They had another one to play down the middle, and he could play off one side, maybe off the right side, coming in on his left foot a little bit, just playing off of a central forward. And he could be dangerous. Problem for him at the moment is every time he gets it, invariably he's got his back to goal and he's having to try and engineer something for himself. Very little in terms of support.
There's a flag up against him here. He's come from an offside position. This penalty is the difference between the two sides. It came midway through the first half. Uruguay haven't really pushed on though since that moment. Caceres, Christian Rodriguez, seen off by Gonzalez. Campbell comes back to Borges. Gonzalez, who's wanted that a little bit earlier. Bolaños, Gamboa, he'd have to go some to catch that. He's found a cross of sorts. Campbell's got a chance here. It's one on. Joel Campbell fires Costa Rica back into the game. They were supposed to be the whipping boys of this group, but right now they look like they might claim a point. Joel Campbell of Arsenal.
What a ball from Gamboa, right wing back. Quite rightly, he salutes his team and his fans. It's a brilliant finish, a lovely strike. But what about this for a run? He could have given that up. Could be forgiven to say that's no good to me. He kept going, Gamboa. Not only does he get there, he produces a fabulous ball. And what about the finish? What about the finish? Sensational. Muslera's got no chance. Maxi Pereira's right down the line of the ball, throws himself at it, doesn't get near it, goalkeeper doesn't see it. And Costa Rica now become a dangerous opponent because you've got an underdog that's been behind, that's been chasing. Now they're back level. Now it's Uruguay, they've got all the thinking to do.
Full marks to Gamboa, full marks to Bolaños, who got a headed touch on there. Diego Lagana never got off the ground against him. And Campbell took his chance very calmly and very sharply.
Stunning ball in play, fabulous delivery, really was.
And he's got to think now whether to bring forward Luis Suarez's grand entrance into this tournament.
Yeah, because one thing that Tavares wouldn't have factored in is not claiming all the points in this one. And it can happen, first time out, first game. And now look, all of a sudden, Costa Rica will start to feel like they can pop it about a bit.
Well, they've only played in 3 previous World Cups, but they won their opening match at 2 of them. Overcame the might of China in South Korea 12 years ago. And back in 1990, Juan Arnaldo Cayasso wrote his name into 1,000 pub quizzes with a winner against Scotland. And they're buoyed by that, and Uruguay are struggling to hold them at the moment. Gargano's in trouble here. Free kick to follow.
You turn Gargano and Arevalo around their struggle. And they're running back towards their own goal when they're chasing people. They're not the quickest. They need to gather themselves at the moment, Uruguay. They've just gone a little bit, they've gone ragged. They need to just pull themselves together a little bit.
Oscar Duarte, one of the centre-backs, had a very good headed chance from the last free kick from this kind of position. Borges was thinking about a shot from range, but instead it's going to be Christian Bolaños who provided that angled ball in last time. And he's tossed it in towards Duarte!
just changed the free kick at the last moment, didn't they? Initially, Borges was thinking about having a shot. In the end, he left it. Bolaños it is who clips another ball in, far post. Duarte gets there. Great headed contact drive, really is.
His first ever international goal.
I think it's Stuani who's with him, who doesn't really ever convince you that he's got him, that he wants to mark him. And he's brave. Centre-half is brave. He lunges his head at that one. You can see Stuani, look, in the end, he's not really sure. He tries to stretch and get there. He's never getting there. There's one man more determined than the other there. Great goal. Great goal.
We're going to find out a little bit more about Uruguay in these remaining 30-odd minutes. 2 goals in 3 minutes from Joel Campbell and from Oscar Duarte.
I mean, that was poor for a team that are usually very well organised. They certainly didn't get right there. They never got set. They never had a handle on exactly where everybody was, and that man's starting to warm up just a bit quicker now.
Bolaños. Costa Rica throw. Two substitutes being readied are Alvaro Gonzalez and Nicolas Ladero, who are midfield players. Suarez has not stripped off as yet. Here come the changes. Diego Forlan is coming off. Well, in his place comes Nicolas Ladero, who is an attacking midfield player. Plays his club football here in Brazil for Botafogo in Rio. And the other man to be replaced is Walter Gargano and Alvaro Pereira, who is a left-back really by trade, but often used in midfield. He's an Inter Milan player, but he's been playing in Brazil since the turn of the year too, on loan with Sao Paulo. Both have a lot of tournament experience. Uruguay are going to need it here. They've conceded another free kick.
They've got to sort this out first, and we'll see exactly which way they're going to shape up after this. But they need some legs, they need some energy in their team. They've been a bit one-paced. Now they're going to need to start making some serious inroads into that Costa Rican half once more, with a little bit more intent, a little bit more speed about their play, but they must sort this out first.
Bolaños will deliver again. Defended by Arevalo Rios. Bolaños, his second ball into the box isn't a bad one really. He's naturally right-footed. Stuani's gone up the middle with Cavani.
With Cavani, yep. Ladero's come out here on the right side.
Here is Stuani, plays a lot of football for his club side up the... He was an out-and-out striker. Ladero trying to get involved. Here is Stuani. Ladero to Christian Rodriguez. They often say what a difference a goal makes to a team. What about 2 in 3 minutes? There's a buoyancy now about Costa Rica. They're going to have to concentrate. But they sense a famous victory here. Campbell has been penalised. we've seen so little of this man Maxi Pereira coming forward. Gonzalez, Ladero, fighting by Maxi Pereira. It's really well defended there. Chance of a breakout. Bolaños has found Borges, and look at this. Campbell has got support from Brian Ruiz and from Celso Borges. Oh! And that's hit the back stanchion.
Wow.
Much to the relief of Fernando Muslera.
He's not getting anywhere near that, the goalie. He's just praying when he sees that one go, because you know what, he hasn't really thumped that one like he did in the first half. He's wrapped his foot around that. He's literally gone for the far corner, the top corner, and he is very, very close to pulling that off. Look at that, hits the stanchion behind the goal. Very close.
Free kick has been given against Duani.
Oh, is he offside? Bottom of the screen. It's close, I tell you, he is. That could well have been a flag, that. Certainly didn't see that at the time, but from that angle there, goal scorer looks like he might have been just offside. The guys will clear that one up, I'm sure, at the end of the game, but it's another contentious one.
It's wafer thin. The only part of your body with which you can play the ball. And it's beyond the last defender. Flag should go up, but it's such a difficult call for the assistant referee. Another free kick to Costa Rica. They've looked ragged since Costa Rica started to score goals. They've lost the way a little bit before that, in truth, Uruguay. And they haven't defended these free kicks particularly well. Header from Ruiz. That's not too far away either, but they are winning the ball in the air from the set pieces.
Godin this time went far post with Duarte. It's Brian Ruiz who gets a chance. He's across the front of his man. Martin Caceres it is who's desperately trying to get there. He's never quite able to do that.
Stuani's been penalised again here. Cavani's penalty gave Uruguay a measure of control, certainly in the first half. But they were just never able to sustain the initiative that gave them. And 2 goals in no time at all from Campbell and Duarte have turned the match around. And who knows what effect they will have on this group in the long run. Bolaños was always second favourite there. And you see Suarez sitting in the background, and there's absolutely no sign of him being called into action. He did join in training for the first time on Thursday with the rest of the Uruguayan squad, but you wonder how much his presence there, stripped and apparently ready for action, is just talismanic. Gonzalez. A bit too much of Ladero.
Yeah, both Gonzalez and Ladero just there to try and inject a little bit of life, a little bit of intensity into the Uruguayan game.
Pereira caught in possession. Caceres. Don't want to get too hemmed in here, Costa Rica. Cavani has escaped in behind them, but he has been flagged. Still a quarter of this match for Uruguay to find something. Diaz couldn't control the header. Gonzalez, Ladero, Caceres. Arevalo Rios is giving it away to Borges. He's got it back from Ruiz. Campbell to his right. Ruiz arriving to his left. He goes for glory himself. He had three better options.
He did. Chance that. Because Arevalo Rios there doesn't have the insurance anymore of Gargano alongside him. Cannot afford to give that away. They're playing like a 4-1-3-2 at the moment. Uruguay. Stuani and Cavani have split up front, and the two substitutes, Gonzalez, Ladero and Christian Rodriguez down the left, playing as a 3. And they're just leaving Arevalo just in front of that back 4. So whenever Costa Rica get it, if they can take good care of it, they can make chances.
Alvaro Gonzalez into the path of Maxi Pereira. Bolaños seeing out his defensive duties. Here's Gonzalez again. Ladero. Pereira with the cross. And it doesn't quite get the job done by Duarte. This is Cavani and Rodriguez. And here's Edinson Cavani. He couldn't find the necessary cross, and Junior Diaz is able to head behind for a corner.
Yeah, good play from Cavani there. Nice football. Everybody went for the cutback. Nobody gambled and just goes far post. See all the blue shirts are there. Look, they're all looking for a cutback. Just somebody needs to peel off and go towards that back stick.
Costa Rica caught sleeping. Gonzalez with the cross and the flashing header by Cavani. And well saved, Keylor Navas. Longer this time towards Godin. Caceres is forward. Turned away by Brian Ruiz. Throw into Costa Rica.
Decent leap, wasn't it, from Cavani? The goalkeeper, one for the cameras, he could have caught it.
Campbell. He just had his feet taken away from him by Arevalo Rios.
Vitally important for Costa Rica that when that guy gets good possession, they still get people up to support him. No point in making those runs where you're just gambling and running beyond him now. You don't need to. But don't just leave him up there and foraging away on his own and trying to do something special every time he gets it. Because if they were to pinch another one, they've won this game.
Arevalo Rios. Caceres. Rodriguez. He's just clipped by Gamboa. Gonzalez. Maxi Pereira's got to get forward now. He's been well found here by Gonzalez. Important header away by Michael Umana. Pressure's building. Ladero with the corner. Godin has to backtrack to reach it. Campbell trying to engineer a counter-attack. He might just have done that. This is Christian Gamboa. He might have to go it alone. Now he's got support if he can get his head up. There are two waiting in the middle, and he's been crowded out somewhat. No foul.
Lucky's very quick, is Gamboa, but as you say, he just got smothered there in the end, and they just about dealt with that, Uruguay. He could have just picked his head up a moment earlier and just flashed it across the 6-yard box. They did have bodies arriving.
Caceres. Under Ladero's foot. a little bit of swagger in possession now. And the Dogs are enjoying themselves. Cavani with the foul on Celso Borges. Diaz maybe taken on a bit too much here. Ladero. Situation rescued superbly. We see a change here in the Costa Rican midfield. Number 22, Jose Cabero, will replace Yeltsin Teixeira. He's being encouraged to leave the field a little bit more quickly than he would like. Cabero is the main defensive midfield player at the start of the qualifiers, but he lost his place last year. Flags up here against Campbell. We made a couple of rash challenges in the first half, but he's been an important cog in the Costa Rican engine as young Teixeira. Gonzalez being forced back. But we're not going to see Luis Suarez this evening because there's a third substitute on the way, and it's Abel Hernandez from Uruguay. Campbell, he's taken them on his own. This is Diego Godin, and he's trying to run beyond one of the finest defenders in European club football last season.
Yeah, he has done so well for his team, Campbell. He really has. Just got the balance right, I feel. He has, when it's had to hold it up and just try and keep it simple and drop it off to others in support, but when they've not been there, he's always been brave enough to try and take people on. He's done it so well.
Abel Hernandez, who helped Palermo to the Serie B championship in Italy last season, will replace Christian Rodriguez. Here's another set piece for Costa Rica. It's in towards Gonzalez this time, and again he got his head to the ball.
I think apart from one corner in the first half that Lugano got his head on, there's a little block they're trying to work there. Junior Diaz on Godin. Just enables Gonzalez to steal a yard. Apart from that one that Lugano put his head on in the first half, they've pretty much been second best to all the other balls that have come into that 6-yard box.
Hernandez trying to cause some mischief, but dispossessed.
Stuani back out on the right side. Hernandez up there with Cavani. Ladero's gone over to the left side.
Does the non-appearance of Suarez make you wonder whether he'll be truly fit for next Thursday?
The team certainly need him now, that's for sure. Could have done with any sort of lift, but the ideal, of course, for Luis Suarez today was for his team to be 2 up, give him 5-10 minutes at the end.
Hernandez is offside here.
Just let him stretch his legs, let him get used to it and get back into it. I think it's a good call, Clive, really, because he might be even more vital in that England game.
I know whatever Uruguayan is thinking. Oscar Duarte, the scorer of the goal that divides the two teams at the moment, and Suarez merely a spectator for now.
Also, one thing's him going out there, trying to get yourself sharp, trying to find what's required in a situation like this, a game like this. You know, even for someone as good as he is, it's very, very difficult.
Stuani. Well met by Umana. The FIFA World Rankings don't tell you everything, but there are 3 in the top 10 in this particular group, and Uruguay are the highest ranked of all, higher than Italy or England. A group of 3 former World Cup winners, but it's Costa Rica who at the moment look set to strike first blood. Ladero almost squeezed that through to Hernandez, hooked away by Umana. Can't be offside of the throw-in. Maxi Pereira steered across face of goal by Ladero, but nobody could get on the end of it. The decision has now gone Costa Rica's way.
Yeah, they did. Just slept, didn't they, for a moment there. Maxi Pereira just stood on the byline, threw it to him. A slightly better ball, and they may have had someone on the end of it.
Caceres. Cavani. Caceres couldn't gather it in, and in losing possession he committed a pretty nasty foul, for which he will receive Uruguay's 3rd yellow card of the match.
Yep. Never looked comfortable as he coming forward from that left-back position, Martin Caceres, this afternoon. That is a lunge. That is, again, when you see it like that, that's a red card challenge. No question about that. Snap the guy's leg if he catches him full on there.
Ball ran away from him, he miscontrolled it, and that's an awful reaction. So dangerous.
He's just a defender. He likes to defend. When we've seen him defending for his club, he's looked dogged and resilient. Now all of a sudden his team are looking for him to produce something with a little bit special going forward, and doesn't look like he's got it.
Maxi Pereira. Stuani. Uruguay do have the throw. And change, we'll see a forward player coming on for Costa Rica, Marco Arena, who plays his club football in the Russian Premier League. Brian Ruiz wants to thank everybody on the field before he leaves. Give him the captain's armband. To a colleague, and now makes way for Marco Arena, who's been a substitute for his club, Kuban Krasnodar, last season. Didn't play any part in the qualifying campaign either, but Costa Rica did lose their leading scorer in qualification to injury. Easily gathered that by Navas. So they're without their main goal threat, Alvaro Saborio. Just brought Arena into a position of more prominence.
Now Arena goes down the middle, Clive, and Campbell goes out on that right side. again. So very much the order of the day now for Costa Rica. Try and get it down that right side where he is. You know he'll take good care of the ball. If he gets a chance, he'll want to take people on, but you can just take it into that corner and start to run that clock down.
Cavani is behind Hernandez. Hasn't had an impact on the game at all apart from his penalty, Edinson Cavani. It's a pretty aggressive jump by Lugano. Haven't got their act together tonight, Uruguay.
Not at all. They've been a bit one-paced to me. They've played in straight lines. They've been a bit predictable. And look, they haven't got that world ranking by chance. And I'm sure they've got lots of guts and character in the team, as Gus said before the game, but they're going to need to find something and do it pretty quickly now.
Cavani's giving it away, though. Here's Campbell. In the position he likes on that side, and Urena's got in behind Uruguay, and that's 3 for Costa Rica.
What a ball.
It might just be his first kick of the ball. Urena wraps it up from that lovely pass from Joel Campbell. And we've got our first true shock of these World Cup finals, because it's Uruguay 1, Costa Rica 3.
Sensational ball. Absolutely brilliant ball that is from Campbell. And the finish, well, Cavani couldn't have done that better, nor could Luis Suarez. Urena just sees the goalkeeper coming, he has a little look, and then he just clips that back towards that far post. No one's going to get that, nobody's going to get anywhere near it. Again, the quality from Campbell, who's been the best player on the field. He's been the one player that nobody's been able to really tie down. And that doesn't flatter them for me. They deserve that 3-1 lead.
In the absence of Suarez, Uruguay just haven't had a player like that. They haven't had a creative force behind Cavani.
Absolutely right. He's been prepared to take a touch. When he's had to, Campbell, he's been prepared to take people on, drops into space, not afraid to receive it under pressure. Very impressed with his game.
Might just be the longest celebration in World Cup history. But what about Costa Rica? 4th World Cup finals. They have won their opening game in 2 of the previous 3, and they pretty much made that 3 out of 4 now.
Great goal, son. Great goal. Go and enjoy that. What about that for a ball? Absolutely inch perfect. Entice the goalkeeper out. He's never getting there. Lovely finish.
They can't quite believe it, but that's exactly what it is. 3-1.
The only downsides for us, we've got a few Costa Ricans in our hotel, and they were a bit lively last night.
If you can't beat them,
yeah,
we'll just have to join them.
Any game of football you're playing in, you get 1 up, never enough, never enough. And Uruguay just haven't really looked like they were asking enough questions of that Costa Rican back 5. And they've allowed this team to get back into it. And then as an underdog, as we all know, we've seen it time and time again, underdogs, they get a chance, they can become dangerous.
It's a bad error though. Good recovery. Alvaro Gonzalez just unable to capitalise on that loose play by Bolaños thanks to Junior Diaz's game challenge. Corner kick though. Good punch by Navas. Long and wide.
Great that is for defenders as well, with a few minutes left on the clock. Lovely that is to see the goalkeeper coming out confidently, getting 2 fists on it and making sure he beats that away.
Could you see a future for Campbell at Arsenal?
I'll tell you what, he plays like he did tonight, no question about it. No question. Maybe he just needs an opportunity, a chance, but he's been the classiest act on show here.
Number 11, Michael Barrantes. Plays his club football in Norway. He's about to come on. And Bolaños will take his time to walk off. Now, how fit will he be for Thursday night in Sao Paulo? It's the only remaining question, because surely Uruguay are going to start that match with 0 points. Beautiful tuck from Urena.
Was a good goal. Good substitution as well. Some fresh legs, little change of formation. They just shifted Campbell out to the right side as he was tiring, but he can still have an effect on the game with the ball at his feet. Clever.
And he'd only just come on as a substitute. Confirmation of Barrantes' arrival. Never beaten Uruguay before, Costa Rica. Here is Urena. And that's untidy from Caceres. Muslera just leathers it forward, headed away by Gonzalez. Alvaro Rios forward, but Fernandez was offside anyway. We might see a different Uruguayan team on Thursday. Gaston Ramirez, Southampton hasn't figured tonight, so he might get a chance. They've got to liven up their attacking ideas somehow.
Didn't have any real pace in the wide areas, did they, from the start? Again, the fullbacks seemed to be on a bit of a rope. They weren't really allowed to go forward. It's not in this team's DNA to allow those guys to fly forward at every opportunity. They just looked limited going forward. They had the lead, but never out of sight when you just got one in your back pocket. It's not enough.
He's not happy about the 5 added minutes. I think most of it is celebration time. That and the leisurely pace at which his substituted players have left the field. And it's going to be a great night for Jorge Luis Pinto, experienced Colombian, in his second spell in charge of Costa Rica, with one of his assistants in particular, Paulo Wanchope. Maxi Pereira just couldn't quite keep the ball in play. I think Paulo will know how to celebrate a victory like this.
That's the sort of run actually we just saw there from Maxi Pereira that he does at will for his team, for his club. Just the odd occasion this evening.
Alvaro Rios getting that completely wrong. Maxi Pereira has to clear. Clumsy foul by the right back on Barrantes. Going to require a bit of treatment.
This one doesn't need to go in the box, they can just keep it. They've always been a threat from wide free kicks and corners.
Borges happy for Campbell to run the clock down. Everything he's touched has turned to gold this evening. Joel Campbell running the corner, ready to receive it. sending defenders forward.
He's telling him, get back, it's not coming in the box. Staying here. Well played.
Breaks for Borges. And he's not quite as good as Campbell. Oh, and Campbell just hacked down there by Maxi Pereira. That was a savage challenge. I wonder how much of a look at that the referee got. I tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if the big card comes out here. There's a lot of malice in that.
It looked like he just unclipped the back pocket there, the referee as well. He's having a good look at everything. He's now consulting the linesman. What did you see? Just making sure. It was a wild challenge, wasn't it? Often happens when you're protecting the ball in the corner flags, in the corner flag area.
And England will not have to worry about Maxi Pereira. That's a straight red.
And for an experienced player, that is a very, very silly card. Game's gone. Game's finished. What are you doing? You know that they're just going to hold it up there. Look, yeah, he's just had a deliberate swipe at him. Deserves that. That is that's a poor challenge, that is, for an experienced player. Never mind picking him up.
Complete lack of control from a 30-year-old with more than 90 caps to his name. I'm afraid that's how Uruguay have been this evening. And Pereira will be suspended and will not face England on Thursday. Costa Rica don't want the night to end. Hands up, who saw that coming? Even at half-time, Costa Rica have shocked Uruguay. They've stirred up Group D with 3 unanswered second-half goals, which have given them 3 points and leave Uruguay with all kinds of problems heading for their next game against England here on ITV. We'll be hearing from the panel in just a moment. The final score in Fortaleza is Uruguay 1, Costa Rica 3.
What an absolutely fantastic performance from Costa Rica. Arguably, it certainly works in England's favour. We can't quite celebrate the victory of the underdog with much gusto in here, because poor Gus Poyet is looking extremely miserable, glaring at me from my right. We'll go through all that shortly. Meanwhile, England have arrived in Manaz for their game against Italy. All smiles there. Hopefully it'll be smiles after. We'll build up to that one and give you the result of our Twitter poll, in which we asked you who should start, Lallana or Sterling. Results coming up very shortly. We believe Sterling will start in place of Lallana. We'll give you the confirmed team as soon as we have it, which will be any minute now.
Forgot to attach the attachment.